Hello, and welcome to Tech in 5 Minutes. Do you feel like your company requires changes? These days, organizations need to change their marketing and advertising strategies, release new products, and come up with competitive advantages more than ever. In this video, we'll talk about the essence of change management, its methodologies, and metrics. What is change management? Change management is a collection of practices that are implemented to prepare, train, and support teams during changes and shifts in organizational processes. Let's take a look at change management principles in order to build a sustainable change. From our experience, the need for changes appear at the organizational level to solve a problem or address a specific challenge a company is facing. Therefore, the first step is to clearly identify the issue and the reasons for changes to be able to formulate the most appropriate solution. The second one is changing processes from the top. Your change management plan should start from the C-level managers. Divide the responsibility. Change management isn't a solo project. You need to establish a management team and assign a responsible person for each process. It might be a good idea to introduce the role of a Chief Transformation Officer. Actually, we have a good guide on the topic. Just follow the link to the article in the description box to read it. The third principle is implementing an efficient communication strategy. Remove doubts and increase the team's motivation. When Gelvix was undergoing changes, we found it effective to combine both online and offline communication. After all, a good email won't substitute for a productive meeting. The next one is regular training for employees. Use learning management systems, ebooks, and educational videos. You can buy a ready learning management system with templates for sources and ready-to-use functionality, or build a custom LMS. The final principle is to provide support and appreciation. Encouraging your employees through the process of embracing change is the key to keeping their motivation and creating a collaborative atmosphere. However, changes are not so easy. So, what are the challenges of change management? The first one is employee resistance. During change implementation, your team will likely be divided into 3 groups: observers, who don't embrace change actively; advocates, the most active support of your change management process; and rebels. That is the most skeptical group of employees that will resist changes openly. Who can be the most harmful to the change process? Rebels or observers? And what would you do to motivate them? Share your thoughts in the comments. The next challenge is planning. Without a coordinated system of actions in place, the change management process will be sabotaged. And finally, lack of communication. Employees go through 4 key stages of communication: denial, resistance, exploration, and commitment. Thus, you can't use a single communication strategy for the entire change implementation process. Denial is handled by communication. Set goals and show where to get assistance. The resistance stage is faced with support. You need to talk about financial and professional security, show plans B, and provide feedback. At the exploration stage, people will start looking for new possibilities. All you need is to show the direction in which to grow. And when it comes to commitment, change becomes a lifestyle, and you need to show your team that their efforts pay off. Now, let's find the most efficient methods of implementing and measuring change and review change management methodologies. Lewin's change management model is based on 3 stages. First, you need to recognize the need for change, encourage new attitudes, ensure management support, and manage doubts. Next, you plan and implement the changes. Finally, you stabilize the change and develop ways to sustain it. The McKinsey 7S model takes into account 7 components. 1. Create a new strategy. 2. Make a sustainable system of measurement and rewards. 3. Define your team's structure. 4. Evaluate the efficiency of your staff and the relevance of current positions. 5. Record shared values to understand how changes contribute to your existing ones. 6. Gather statistics and feedback, because our own idea of the leadership style often tends to be idealistic. 7. Evaluate if the skills and competencies of your employees align with the chosen change direction. Kotter's theory takes a change with a human face approach and divides the process of change implementation into 8 fundamentals. Create a sense of urgency. Your team should get a clear sense that a change is needed. Build a guiding coalition. Gather a core group that will support the change. Form a strategic vision. Boil your motivations for the change process. Enlist a volunteer army. Enable action by removing barriers. Conduct surveys to find out what's holding your team from their optimal productivity. Encouraging the team's small wins. Sustain acceleration. Shorten the required time when the process has already been established. Institute change. Document all best practices and use them as established systems. Nudge theory aims to indirectly influence individuals without taking freedom of choice. It discourages any change in behavior of employees through following strict orders and directions. It's about giving choices and through providing enabling environment and encouragement. ADKAR is a model where first letters stand for awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. These aspects refer to a team's capacity to understand the need for changes, desires to participate in the implementation, knowing how to act, and using their skills to start and sustain changes. Bridges' transition model focuses less on rational aspects of accepting change and more on emotional aspects. This methodology highlights the ways in which employees' feelings fluctuate as they move through various change acceptance stages. Ending what currently is stage requires highlighting the importance of changes. The neutral zone, when you need to focus on addressing concerns regarding the adoption of new methods, and the new beginning, where it's important not to lose the positive momentum. And that's it. This video was prepared by the Gelvix team. Gelvix is a software development company that is on the front line of implementing changes. We constantly see how businesses undergo digitalization, switch from old instruments and tech stacks to modern tools. Need software development, UI/UX design, or tech consulting services? Find our contact details in the description below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and hit the bell button.